Hi, it's me, Mr. Boyo. Where do I even begin with this? Well, there's a lot that I want to say, and I don't even know if I don't even know how to get it all across in this one video, or even if I can, but I'll try my best. For the past several years, I've been struggling with finding my own self-worth, and especially recently, all these thoughts have caught up to me, and I've been going through an identity crisis. Especially on the internet, I feel like all of my efforts of trying to do something meaningful have all collapsed on top of me, and I feel stuck. Elaborating more on my struggles on the internet, I don't think anything I've done here has ever felt fulfilling. I mean, I have gained somewhat of an audience, mostly on YouTube, but especially on YouTube, I think everything I've done has been a complete failure, and none of it really deserved any of the recognition it got. And it's been a long journey for me on here. It started when I was about 11 years old, and my obsession with YouTube had probably peaked around that time. I would spend countless hours every day watching these funny internet personalities and seeing them grow over time. It got to a point where I was so absorbed in the whole community of these people and what they did that I thought, well, if these people could gain this much of a following from doing what they enjoy, maybe I could do the same. So I decided to create my own YouTube channel and upload my first few videos. I actually started out doing art tutorials, and as you can imagine from any average 11-year-old doing art tutorials on the internet, it never really went anywhere. So after those initial couple of videos, I realized I wasn't really going anywhere, and I deleted them. And then I renamed my channel and started over. This happened quite a few times. I would try to do something new, and I either couldn't do what I wanted to, or I wasn't happy with what I was doing. So I would delete my videos and rename my channel. And with one of my last attempts, I ended up deleting my channel in a fit of rage and disappointment. The reason I did this wasn't really related to the channel itself, it was more of a personal thing. I'd also tried to do things on other sites like Twitter and DeviantArt, but that never really worked out either. In the case of Twitter, I got quite a bit of attention, but I only got all of that attention because I said things and stated opinions on things that I only knew everyone else wanted to hear, not because that was actually what I thought. And in the case of DeviantArt, I enjoyed posting my art there, but it's just not my kind of site. After a while, I kind of forgot it existed. And I actually feel like part of that was also just because I've been in a deep depression for a while, and that really demotivated me from doing anything. Even things I actually enjoy doing, like art. Anyway, after a while, I decided to make a new YouTube channel, which ended up being the one you're watching this video on right now. I never really intended it to be much. I pretty much just made it to keep track of the stuff I like to watch. But I did end up uploading some videos. None of them really were that special though. But I still enjoyed making and uploading them. It wasn't until my channel blew up, pun kinda intended, from the success of my almost every explosion in SpongeBob video. When I got that much attention, I felt like I had to do more than just memes or shit posts, even though that's kind of what I just enjoyed doing. So I tried to do other things that seemed more professional, I guess you could say. But I never wanted to become one of those generic gaming channels that have no personality, but that's pretty much what I became after that. Not only was I unhappy with the quality of the videos themselves, but I was also unhappy with the views I was getting. I know most people would say that they don't care about the views, they just care about doing what they like. I'm not saying those people are wrong, but I am going to be totally honest in saying that I pretty much just made those videos for views. Really isn't much or often any passion that went into making them, aside from the games themselves that I was playing, which I enjoyed. But actually making videos of them wasn't enjoyable to me, especially when I was doing them by myself. I was really only doing this so I could try to get the validation from as many people on the internet as I could, so I could finally get that sense of self-worth I'd long been craving for. I wasn't putting my heart into any of it, and people could probably tell judging from the perpetually waning views each new video received, which is even more telling when you look at them in relation to my subscriber count. The thing is, I really can't hold an interesting and unique gaming video when I have no one else to talk to. I work best when I have other people to go off of because that's when I act most like myself. When I'm talking to and hanging out with friends without a care in the world, a lot of the time I actually forget I'm even recording anything and I'm just enjoying the moment. So when you take away those other people, what you're left with is someone who's so hard pressed to impress other people that he thinks just himself isn't nearly enough. So he tries acting like someone he really isn't. Obviously, there are going to be those people that you look up to for inspiration and to influence their work, but I was just straight up trying to take what worked so well for those people that I looked up to and copied those aspects into this quirky persona I was trying to make of myself. There have been times in these videos where I have tried to make my solo commentary better, just trying to be myself, but I still really wasn't up to the task of holding an entire video by myself, at least not a gaming video, let alone some that are over half an hour in length. I really should have known that if I looked back on the video and it wasn't entertaining for me to watch, then it's safe to assume it won't be entertaining for anyone else to watch either. So at this point, my channel is a big mishmash of shit posts and me trying to be interesting and failing. Whether it was because I was generally just being a boring person or because I was trying too hard to act like an actually interesting person. So at this point, you would either click off the video because it's boring for you, or you would just go watch the people I was trying to imitate. Another thing that made this channel doomed from the start is that I was way too overly ambitious with everything, when I usually knew very well that most of what I was trying to hype up would never come to fruition. Did I want the things I was hyping up to become a reality? I mean, of course I did, but that doesn't mean it's just gonna happen just because I said it would. Even to this day, I really struggle with showing versus telling. I never really did this on purpose, but I always got so excited over something that I would just straight up say what it was before even starting it. And even though I thought I would and had the motivation to, complete it to the very end, a lot of the time I would drop that motivation some way through and just quit the project. I've basically caused this ongoing loop of saying I wanted to do something, not doing it, or not getting very far, getting bored of whatever I said I'd do, then just moving on to the next thing, which leads to unfulfilled promises and disappointment as well, which makes me feel even worse. There was also the problem of real life things getting in the way and eating up any spare time that could have been spent working on any big online projects. This is another problem that still continues to this day, but to be honest, it's even worse now because there are so many other things that are interfering with my life right now. All of this to say, even after all of this time of trial and error, I'm still not happy with myself and the impact I've tried to make. And at this point, I don't even want to try, at least not for a while. I want to take a step back, relax, and not worry about anything I put on the internet, if anything at all at this point. And if I do put something out, I don't want to make a big deal out of it. I just want to enjoy making things and posting them if I feel proud of it. So, what am I going to try to do in the future? Well, there are a lot of things. But what I'll actually be able to accomplish, I have no idea, but I at least want to try. First of all, I pretty much just said this, but I'm gonna be myself from now on and not care about the attention. I couldn't tell you how many times I looked at this channel and thought, man, I really need to make new videos or else everyone is going to stop caring about me. And then I would force myself to record or make some type of video for YouTube, no matter how bad it was or how little I cared about what I was actually doing. Thankfully, most of what came out of that phase never made it to see the light of day, though still quite a bit of it did. It's probably really telling that working on this very video that you're watching right now has been the most motivated I've ever been to actually work on and finish a video. Ever since I got the idea to make this video, the idea has not left my head, and it probably won't until I actually finish it and upload it for everyone to see. That's something I wish I could say for everything I've ever done here, but unfortunately that could not be any further from the truth. I want that to change though. And if or when I do post anything from now on, I don't want to be demotivated by the lack of attention it gets or by any of the negative comments. However, I think my biggest obstacle I have to overcome is getting the motivation to do anything. without a doubt, that has been the biggest nail in the coffin for just about every big project I've ever tried to do. Whether it's maintaining a channel or coming up with a new style or making art or whatever, I want to actually want to do things, especially the things I like. And even with the things I may not like, if I know it's going to help me, I want to try to push it through to the end. Though I also want to be able to know when I'm doing something for my own good and when I'm trying to force myself to do something that really won't help me at all and will actually hurt me in the long run. Another thing you may be wondering is if I'm saying all of this stuff about trying to improve myself and my content, then what's happened with this channel? If I'm being honest, this channel and even the name attached to it just serves as a painful reminder to me of so many of my past mistakes. And there are a lot of things I would rather leave behind instead of keeping everything for posterity or whatever. That stuff just isn't important to me anymore, and I'd rather let go of Mr. Boyo and all the weight that name carries with me, and start all over with a new name and continue my presence online in pursuit of what I actually want to do. And I could just change the name of this channel and unlist or private or delete all of the videos on here, but I still feel like it would be best if I just made an entirely new channel from the ground up, just so I would know that all of the subscribers I've earned have been from things that I was actually proud of. Because most of the subscribers on this channel are really only here because I was doing stuff that I wasn't putting my heart into. I'm also seeking counseling and therapy to hopefully help me gain some of the confidence and self worth I've been without for so many years, so I can finally be motivated in what I love and aspire to do. And even then, I don't know what I want to do with my life. I'm so worried about trying to stay in college, maintain a job, have a social life, a love life, among other things that are keeping me occupied at the moment, that I'd rather be more focused on all of that stuff before moving on to the next big thing. Not to mention, I don't even know what any of my talents or skills are, or if I even have any, but hopefully I find out somewhere along the way. If you made it this far into the video, I really, really appreciate you listening to me ranting about life and stuff. I know before I said that I only made most of my videos for views, but I made this video in particular more so for closure than anything else. I don't really care how many views this gets. I just want to move on and let this video serve as a reminder. It's been a long journey up to this point, and I'm so ready to open up this new chapter of my life. I already have some ideas for new projects and stuff, a good deal of which I've been working on for a while, but no promise to any of them actually becoming completed or even seeing the light of day. Whatever happens, happens though, but I'm eager to see anything that does come out of all of this. I was debating on whether or not I should link my new channel and info in the description at all, but if you really want to see me pursue the things I enjoy, or if you just want to know what I've been up to all this time, I'll leave a link to any of my new stuff or socials in the description. Thanks again for your attention and support, and hopefully I'll see you guys in whatever I do in the future. Take care.